Well, slurp-de diddly-do, my G's. And I've just got a really, really quick little tip for you guys today on how I like to do my delay tails, transitional tails. And this can be really useful in the parts of your track when you're, for example, going from the main drop section or whatever down into a breakdown. Because what you'll often find is if you've got like a bass line that's been running for a while or something and you suddenly cut it out, it can sound a bit weird and unnatural. Like, for example, I've got, this is at the end of the song for this part, but I've got like a bass here that just kind of stops, and it's a bit weird. So for like main sounds, I always try to construct like a delay tail to help like, blend things out into the next section. Yeah, especially as you go down towards like the outro or like the breakdown. And so my favorite way to do this, shout out to Mike Briggs as well, who recommended for me to do a delay video, is I love to use delay for this kind of stuff. And all I simply do is I take a little portion of the end part of like the bass loop. It could be like one whole bar or half a bar, doesn't really matter. I put it on a new channel and then I create a 100% delayed version. And this is just so I've got control of the delayed part separately on a new channel, so I can process it differently if I have to. And my favorite delay to use by miles, the Rift feedback light is also as good as this one pretty much, but my favorite delay by far is just the Kilohertz dual delay. So it's different to the normal delay because it has basically what it does is it delays the left and right separately, but then the timings of those also change, so you get this really unpredictable, almost like blurry effect. And so that's what I prefer to do. I prefer to have this kind of like ever changing kind of speed blur kind of delay, so you don't really know the exact timing, because it just makes things feel a bit more interesting. So like I said, the new channel with the delay, I just slap it up to 100% mix, and then we can have a little listen here. Okay, all I do then is I adjust the timing up here, so I want to listen to it with my original. And then I just want to find like a good vibe. The timing is going to dictate the vibe. Okay, the tone is cool as well because you can make it brighter or darker. And yeah, make sure the mix is all the way up because it's on the delay channel only. And if you want to, you can add a bit of reverb afterwards. I've done a bit here as well. But this delay, this is a great way to do my delay tail transitions because it doesn't have this feeling of like being directly to the grid, which can be a bit like bait, like a bit obvious, but this kind of like blurs the signal around nicely. So it actually sort of smoothens out the sort of transition even further. So I love that. And I've done it again also down here on this atmosphere. So here's like, yeah, this sort of, high energy tension atmosphere I've got going on throughout my sort of main section, and as it comes to the end it kind of just cuts out and stops. So to solve that problem and create a better outro, I just copy that last part of the file onto a new channel, and it sometimes helps if you fade in the delay part, so it kind of like slowly creeps in, so it's a bit even more natural. And then again here I've just done my 100% mix, and this time I've gone a slightly lower milliseconds amount, and that's got a nice blurry blending. And then I've got a little bit of convolution on that as well. So it doesn't really matter in the context, in the grand scheme of things, if you do the convolution first or the delay afterwards. Like for this kind of job, like I don't really get, there are certain times in music production where, yeah, it's very important to have the right order of things, but when you're like intentionally blurring and pushing stuff into the background, it doesn't really make so much of a big difference if you delay first or reverb first, in case anyone's going to ask that in the comments. For this kind of job, like it doesn't, I never really bother to worry about that so much, But yeah, anyway, now it's got, instead of this sharp finish, and then if I have it with my bass as well, which is also doing like it's got a different delay timing. much more natural, and it's kind of blurry because the timings are all different and weird, but that's something that I think is a great feature of the dual delay, that it creates this like unpredictability of your delay timings. So that's my favorite way to use delay to create smooth transitions and little professional little tails on the end of my important sounds. And obviously there's many other ways and reasons why I use delay in my mix, my mixing and producing journey throughout making a track. But this was just one way I thought of off the top of my head to shout out to my subscriber Mike, so I could do a little delay video for you guys. And that's just one of my most common times that I intentionally use delay during the production process. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Again, much love, my G's. If you're new here, welcome aboard the crazy train. Feel free to like the video, comment down below, and give us a cheeky little subscribe and follow. And take care, my G's. More from me very soon. Much love.